Hello, welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Technically, we're already at 3 hours of content. Hey, Francois, you were first. Hey, Ryan. Hello, Jose. Thanks for inviting your followers. Wake up happy. Technically, we're already at 3 hours of content for today from the extra scopes from last night and the sunrise from this morning for Tila. So, hey, Owen. So we're just going to get to know each other tonight. Hey, Gregor. Hey, James. I don't know what that means. Oh, hey, Eric. How are you? So I see some of the sponsors in the house. Francois, Eric, James. You guys are on this list. You can become involved as well at femyoga.com. You can check out some of my other products I have for sale there as well. Or you can send super hearts, and if you send 10,000 or more, you get on the list. You can see the breakdown of the super hearts at the website as well. Hey, Nick. Welcome, welcome. So first, let's open the beer, and then I have a list of questions that we can ask to get to know each other better. That did not work. I'll try this again. Okay, that did work, and I didn't spill beer on myself. It's going to be a good night. And Nick is already drunk. Yes, let's get to know each other, Owen. I've known you longer than most everyone probably here. I remember you from way back in like June or something. So I'm going to have the Old Fezziwig Ale from Sam Adams. I'm also going to turn off the autofocus on this. Boom, 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 because I know that's annoying in your ear. Okay, so it won't make that sound anymore. You thought of this but one way. Let's get inebriated. Okay, hi, Jimmy. Jimmy, I missed Sonam. I literally clicked into the McNasty cast as you guys ended it. Why? Hey, Steve, right? Concrete? I believe it's Steve. Steve, yes, and your last name is Taylor. I'm glad to know you too, Owen. I know you from the beginning too. I know a lot of you guys actually. Nick has been a sponsor at Fem Yoga for over 6 months now. Him and Lou both. Alright. No, I didn't brush my hair, so let's just get that out of the way. Hey, Director Boy. Okay. So the first question on our list. Actually, let me pull the questions away from Egg Drop so I can still put the heart race up for you guys. Alright, here comes the heart race. Boom! So many zeros. I don't want to see these zeros. Where are the hearts at? You sponsored in May, but not continuously. Right. Saw my random tweet from earlier. Yes, I was feeling overwhelmed with how much I love my life. Yes, Jimmy, yes, you were helping me with like microphones and mixers, and I was having volume problems, I think, or audio video wasn't syncing up. James shaves every single day. That's amazing. Do you use a razor or do you use like a electric razor? Just curious. Hey, Claudia. Top Shelf Pineapple in the house. Thanks for inviting your followers, Nick. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you for sending one heart, Nick, and this person. Yes. Thanks for inviting your followers, Claudia, and sharing this on Twitter. Our first question is, this is good for us too. This is perfect for this group. If you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time? The blonde girl's here. Hey, Katie. Thanks for the super hearts, Jimmy. Thanks for sharing it. Hello, bonjour, Johnny. Comment ça va? Brush, shaving cream, and razor. Every single day? Wow, that's pretty nice. Your wife must appreciate that. Sponsor list is going to need an auto scroll. Yes, that would be a positive problem, right? But you already don't sleep, so you would watch Fem Yoga in your free time? Thank you. Hey, Hansa. Hey, junk food, I'm good. How are you? And Pizza Sans Cheese, I'm doing well. I'm drinking one of my, actually, this is probably one of my favorite beers from the variety pack of theirs, the Old Fezziwig. It says it's spicy and bold, but it's not spicy. You'd catch up on your projects. You'd be listening to shoegaze music. What's shoegaze music? In a darkened room? Is that like emo? Is that like being emo, like me back in the day? Hello, Damian Martinez. You would read and organize your house, Donna. Watch Netflix. Britt, how are ya? Hey. I have a midterm in a few hours. Wish me luck. Good luck on your midterm. What is sleep? Exactly. You see me fuzzy? The obvious while in bed. Okay, thank you for the super hearts, TMF3D. The question was, if you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time? I would definitely work. I spent hours today and yesterday updating the way that I track my sponsors in my spreadsheet, and then I came up with a better way, so I'm gonna have to redo it all over again. Hey, 67, if I couldn't sleep, I would replay Flash's replays and dance. Nice. You would work on your inventions, Ryan. Let's hear about your inventions. You just reached work, Clark Elio. I'm drinking the Old Fezziwig Ale by Sam Adams. You would go nuts. Sleep is your escape from reality. Why do you want to escape from your reality, James? What do you think? What is it that you want to escape specifically, or who? Never sleeps. Exactly. That's exactly what I want you to think. Complete a long list of projects. Be more specific, you guys. What would you do first? If I didn't have to sleep, I feel like I'd still sleep because it's pretty great. Even Nick's like, well, if I didn't have to, I still would because sleep is awesome. Yeah, I used to like sleep a lot more, but now that I work for myself and I love my work so much, I actually find sleep to be quite inconvenient because I would prefer to just be productive all day. Not all day, but more, during some chunk of that 8 hours. Hey, Brennan. That's why you're nuts. Eric, you don't seem nuts to me. You seem like a pretty calm, cool dude. Hey, Jagini, how are you? Cheers, my friends. How's everybody doing tonight? All right, next question, shall we? Wait, I didn't answer it. Hey, Steve. Steve, this is a good question because he made me sleep the other night. Actually, I didn't go to sleep till like 6 a.m., but that's okay. I'll have coffee first and then turn on the music and then I'll read a book. What kind of book do you like to read, Own? Cheers, Brendan. Hi, Steve. So the question was, if you didn't have to sleep, what would you spend the extra time doing? I organized a lottery. I actually am going to be giving away $500 on, can you see all the hundreds? Can I make it so that you can see all the ones? Boom. Yay. Yes, so you can win one of these, or maybe even, no, I think, I haven't decided if I'm going to allow one person to win more than one. I can't see why not. Going live on Periscope. You would go live? Oh, go live, Johnny. You would probably work a second job. What kind of job do you think you would get, James? So I'm giving this away on November 22nd. Make sure you're following me and you view my flex. You view my scopes that day, the day before Thanksgiving on Wednesday. I'm going to do 5 hours of content where I give away $500 to 5 or less lucky winners. Gossip scope anytime soon? Who do we have to gossip about? Maybe. I don't know. Are you talking about with Cyanide? I can't find her. Would I sponsor you? I don't know. What kind of channel would you have? Haven't seen a real $100 bill in a long time. What do you mean a real one? Oh, because everything's virtual nowadays? Yes. I like to keep some of it in cash because I think it helps to physically get your money, and not feel like everything's just digital, like it's just numbers on a screen. It's like, it's nice to hold your money sometimes, I think, personally. So what would I did answer. Okay. What is your favorite piece of clothing you've ever owned? Sean. Eric says he needs some clothes. That's so weird. I just said that. It's weird. Like, he said that before he heard me ask that question. As long as we're fantasizing a rock star. What? I got. That would be your second job, rock star. I like it. What instrument? What part of the band would you be? Lead singer and guitar player. I got to show you guys 40 of those bills at a time. That's currency, not money. I know Cyanide and Johnny Phoenix are MIA. Yeah, what happened to them? What about VA Music? Drums? You would be the drummer. Okay, that's cool. So you can sit down and do it. The cash would be helpful when it hits the fan. Charlie Brown sweatshirt when I was a kid. Nice. Favorite piece of clothing? I like those rompers that I got from Boscov's. Those get a lot of compliments and they're so comfortable and fun to wear. I have 2 of them. I love those. Like Keith Moon, drummer of what band? Your 1900s dress? Oh my god, Claudia, have you scoped in it? I would love to see that. Okay, au revoir, Johnny. Merci beaucoup for being here. I don't even know how to say that. Chamois sport coat. Who? The onesies aren't your favorite? Definitely not. Birthday suit? Steve. You haven't, Claudia? I would love to see that. The Who. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm like, who? Who? I don't know who. The Who. You love yoga long time? Yes, me too. Right now, your Flash hoodie. Oh, I just ordered some Fem Yoga products for myself too. I got myself a Fem Yoga hoodie and a Fem Yoga apron. And I got some mugs, but they're not for me. Your baby's... What are you talking about, Brennan? I have so many costumes. Yes, Claudia, that would be great for scoping. I love to wear costumes on my broadcasts. Anything flannel, nice. Flannel Fridays is every day for Junk Food Junkie. I wish you had your real name in your profile so I could cheat and look at it and not have to ask you every other month. Okay, next question. Looks like everybody answered. Who's gonna answer? Oh no, okay, Ryan has one. Ooh, moccasins. Oh, Wendy said she loved her moccasins last night. Wendy Glitters. My old army boots, Danner Gore-Tex. They fit like gloves on your feet. That sounds nice. Fem Yoga coffee mug. Actually, Nick helped me to design it. It has the Fem Yoga logo on it, but then it says boom underneath in all caps. And he actually made that. So if you want that specific mug, let me know, and I'll send you the link to it. You can actually design whatever you want. So here, I'll show you. I'll show you. shop.spreadshirt.com/femyoga. Oh, I gotta put a link to this on my website. Let me put that on my to-do list. Okay, you guys are getting to know me. I will forget things if they don't go on the list. Oh no, Nick's talking about how his blanket's really warm. Nick, stop. Don't fall asleep. Nick, wake up. We're talking about your boom mug. I wish they made desert boots like they did in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, they don't make anything like they used to, right? Alright, to-do list. I use Todoist, Todoist, to keep track of my to-do list. There's tons of stuff on it all the time, which is good. So now I'm going to put Spreadshirt. Oh, that's not how you spell that. That is not how you spell that. Spreadshirt link on website. That's not how you spell website. Website. Go. Okay. Tick app helps. Oh, okay. Well, I'll try this one until I don't like it, I guess. You're awake, Nick? I'm proud of you. Test comment. Hello, Francois. Alright. That should be good. You have that app. It's an amazing app. Oh, hey, thanks for the super hearts, TMF. Alright, so Spreadshirt. Let me pull this up on the page. Here, let me use studio mode. You are not awake. You are a bot. Bots cannot be awake. To-do list app. Yes. To-do-ist. Oh, yeah, that's the same one that I have. Actually, that came recommended to me by Ed, South Jersey broker. Number 2 on the list. Alright, so let me transform the top. Get out of here, bot. Oh, Ryan, you just unblocked the bot by kicking them after I blocked them. So if it's a bot, don't ever kick them, just block them, because we never want them to come back. Because now they can come back and continue to repeat. So if you wouldn't mind either blocking them or just leaving me to do it, that would be awesome sauce. Alright. Fit to screen. Don't worry, I'll be back after we look at this stuff. So I'll be back. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Oh, actually, you know what? I shouldn't have chopped off the name of it. That way you can see the link. Hey, Vito! Yes, you see my yoga blocks, UF? We are doing a little game where you answer questions. So far we've asked, if you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with the extra time? And then the other question was, let's see. The other question was on this list. What's your favorite piece of clothing you've ever owned? Thanks for the super hearts. Okay, so this is the shop. If you go to the shop, you'll see this. And then these are the different designs that I have made. So if you click whatever design you like the most, this will go on to whatever product you want, and then you can modify it. So let's see if we can make the mug that Nick made. I don't really know how, but we're going to try. Alright, so we're going to find a mug. Okay. And then, oops, that's not what I meant. I want to adjust design. So I click that button. And now I can make this bigger. Like that. And then I can, wait, is it centered? Yep. And then I can make the mug a different color. Oh, Nick, how'd you get a white one? Nick got a white one, I don't know how, but let's just do it in this color. So then I'm going to move my text box below, and in all caps, I'm going to write, boom. I'm going to make it bigger. I think I'm going to make it bold. Wait, yes. Something along the lines of the, what? Where'd it go? Gotta click the right thing, I think. Why can't I see it? No? Why can't I see it? Why is it not? That's weird. Oh, am I grabbing it in a weird place? Let me grab it here. Okay, there. No? No? I don't know. I want it bigger. Bigger. Boom! Oh, too big, too big. Okay. And then this come down here. There we go. So you can make whatever you want. Make whatever you like. Or you don't have to create anything. You can just go to the shop, pick something that you like, and go buy it. I just bought this today. This hoodie. It's just a different mug. Okay. You get the idea? They have all sorts of different things. So if you go through, or not here, wait, back. So you can see there's phone cases, there's pillowcases, mouse pads, shirts, aprons. I got this apron in red. Bandana. Water bottles. There's a metal coffee mug too, like a travel mug somewhere. And tote bag. So I think you guys get the idea. I'm going to come back because I know it's weird not being able to see me. So here I am. I'm not using my ring light either. Alright, questions to get to know each other. What hobby would you get into if time and money were not an issue? Hustling? Boom, yes. So, what hobby would you get into if time and money were not an issue? Hey, Angel. Traveling, yes. Owen, that's such a good answer. Traveling. Where would you travel to, Owen? Where would be the first place that you would travel to? Steve says travel. Steve does travel. So you would travel even more? Where do you want to go, Steve? Traveling, flying? All right, Francois, where do you guys want to go? Be more specific about where would you travel to. You would come to me? Okay. Whittling characters out of wood. That's cute. That is really cute. Collecting and restoring cars. Nice. So old cars, you mean? Textiles, making my own fabric. Whoa, making your own fabric. That's so cool. England to meet dear Sonam. I would love to go there too. Flying. Australia, New Zealand. Me too, totally. I totally want to go there. Totally. Video games all day, every day. What games do you like, Mario? First-person shooters, RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons. You would buy less and give more? That sounds super cliche and altruistic. Question 1, if I didn't have to sleep, I would watch all your past scopes. Thank you, Walter. Italy, Costa Rica, Belize, Iceland. Steve, that all sounds so amazing. Hey, Kyle, how's it going? I'm missing a sweatshirt I had in high school. Walter, I like you. And then to Norway and watch Northern Lights for the rest of my stupid life. I don't know if I agree that your life is stupid, but I think that's awesome that you would go there and watch the Northern Lights. Curing autoimmune diseases. I live in New York, and it's not legal to participate in those things that you're asking about. Become a professional beer taster. Yes, I like that one. That's a good one. I think I'm going to steal that one, actually, from you. So thank you. Subliminal advertising here. But I'm not encouraging you to drink or participate in any dangerous behaviors at all whatsoever. I'm good, Kyle. Ireland, Jamaica, England. Nice, Erica. America, I love your name. Hey, Cassie, how's it going? We're doing questions to get to know each other better. So what hobby would you pick up if time and money were not an issue? What kind of hobby would you do? I'm thinking I like latch hooking. I know that's like super lame, but I just like that. It's kind of mindless and tedious, and then you get like this soft picture afterwards. It makes no sense though. You would go to Mars and live alone away from civilization. That's the perfect recipe to be super depressed. And to go completely insane. So if that's your goals, is to be depressed and insane, then that's where you would want to go, to Mars by yourself. You were in Ireland last year. It was beautiful. Making clothes and costumes. You and Cassie and Claudia might get along well then. Crochet. My friend crochets. She actually crocheted her own little like ankle warmers, and she crocheted her own bikini top. I thought that was really cool. Learn to play violin. Oh, I heard a beautiful violin song the other day. One of my Kurdish friends shared it with me. Traveling. You'd love to. Wait, I'd love to go to Mars. All right, there you go. And Steve is going to go with you to Mars, okay? Hey, Rocky. Everyone follow this person. What else? What else? Hobby you would get into if time and money were not an issue. A couple different musical instruments. That's a good one, Walter. I think I would get back into piano. That's the thing. If money was not an issue, I would buy a grand piano. I don't know where I would put it. Maybe over there somewhere. And I don't know how we're going to get it up the stairs, but a crane, perhaps? You traveled to the bathroom and went back to your room the other day. That's a hobby? Wait, what? I'm confused. You're fairly new to my scopes. Working my way through your past scopes one at a time. Love it. Thank you, Angel. That's so sweet. You would learn to play piano and sax way back. Way back when. You would help the poor. Steinway. Piano is hot. Angel would know. If you like piano, follow Angel's piano. And she's hot too. Put my band back together and record our music. What kind of band was it, Eric? You'd be happy with an upright piano. I have a keyboard that actually, I went to this store on my birthday and I said, you know, I'm looking for a keyboard. I'm going to treat myself to a little birthday present, buy myself a keyboard. And this guy, he just gave it to me. He's like, it's your birthday? Here. He just gave me a keyboard. I'm like, sweet, thanks. Taking care of all French bulldogs that people don't want. French bulldogs are cute as heck. My concern was the other day. Shouldn't that have happened at least once today? What? Travel isn't a hobby. How is it not a hobby? I also said I'd want to learn to play my clarinet like a pro. Nice! I used to play clarinet, but I wasn't really into it. I like how we are all fantasizing like this. It makes all the tensions go away for a while. I like this too. That's important to know what you want, because if you just focus on like what you don't have and what you don't want, it doesn't help you to break free from that cycle. You have to, in order to pick what direction, because we can go so many directions. We can go in bad directions, we can go in good directions, we can go in completely neutral, useless, pointless directions that basically don't add or detract anything from our lives. It's hard to know which direction to steer the ship unless you know where you're headed. So what is it that you're trying to get to? Are you trying to get to Ireland? In which case, you're going to start steering your ship in that direction. Have I ever been, Vine? Have I ever been where? I love watching and listening to Angel play her keyboard and singing. It's a piano. She has a, right, I think? Or is it a keyboard? You took clarinet and hated it. Yeah, who said that? You can get free pianos on Craigslist. Pianos? Oh, Rocky didn't like clarinet either. Boom! I'll write that down. Yes, boom! You're talking about like a full-size piano for free? You would open a winery. Wow, Vine Specialist is in the house. Have I ever been in love? Yeah, I'm in love right now with my husband. Hey, gotta keep it real. I would also like to learn to ballroom dance better. I literally thought that said you would learn to be a baller. Ballroom dance. In what ways have you, like, when do you ever need to know how to ballroom dance? Unconditional love. I mean, there's no such thing as unconditional love. Maybe for a child. I got a piano for free. Maybe family. Family is where it's less conditional, but I believe that we should hold all people to the same moral standards. I got a piano for free. Nick, if you ever want to take it seriously, I can tell you what to get. I have a keyboard. You can tell me if it's good. I would write songs and do the singer-songwriter thing. They left it in the house when I bought it. Nick, am I moving in? Nick, you come in. You move in with my husband, because I know you want to anyway. And then I'll move into your house and I'll learn how to play piano. I just find it beautiful and fun to do ballroom dance. It could be fun. There is only unconditional love? That is so not true, man. Come on, you know that. You know that. Like, if I'm like, I love this beer and then I start puking, like, I'm not gonna love it anymore. I mean, I only love it as long as it doesn't hurt me, just like anything. Love is an emotion. I've read a whole book called Love 2.0 by Barbara Fredrickson. She's a psychologist. Love is an emotion. It's not like this thing outside of emotion. Love is an emotion. Just like happiness, you feel it sometimes, you don't feel it sometimes. It's not like a relationship status. It's not like you're in love with someone, like, unless you're just feeling that emotion of love constantly, which pretty much will not last more than 3 years. I don't know about the love that dogs have. I'm not a dog. They also left an old school record player and stereo. That's pretty cool. I would learn to play the piano like angels, not just little songs I learned in church growing up. If you're back to, I'll send you a DM, but read it after this broadcast. Okay, I'll read it after the broadcast. Love is overrated. Love Little Shop. There's so many comments that I'm missing, but I know that, like, basically I think I'm going to stop scrolling because I really just feel like that detracts. I like reading all the comments, but I miss so much when I'm scrolling, so. Vine Special says love is not a feeling. Prove it. What is love then? If not an emotion, what is it? I have a stereo set up. Cool. Is collecting friends on social networks a hobby? I guess it depends on why you're collecting those friends. I do think that there is unconditional love, and that probably is to a child. I think so, but it's still not really unconditional, I don't think. She wants those fresh comments. Love is an action. What action is love? What does love look like in active form? Love is not passive. Well, emotions aren't passive. Emotions are emotions. You feel them. They're not like passive aggressive. They're not humans. They're just feelings. Love is emotion, according to Steve. Okay, so Steve agrees with me. Social media friends are shallow, maybe. That could definitely be true, Cassie. Love is a beautiful thing. Okay. This is very amusing to me because it's like everyone wants to like take away a definition of it. Doing things unbidden for the ones you love. Those are called acts of service. That's a way that you could express a feeling of love for someone or make them feel loved. But it's not love. You know, if you're doing dishes, you're doing dishes. You're not like doing love. I know I was married till death do us part for 22 years. Love is saving someone's life from death. Love looks like something broken and hurt. Well, in my eyes, my poor virgin innocent eyes. What the hell? What's love got to do with it? That's one love language. Yeah, there's 5 love languages, but those are love languages. Those are a way that you can communicate love to someone, but it's not love. It's not the definition of love. Thank you, Steve. You're doing love to the dishes. Are you making love to your dishes? Love is something that is a bundle of feelings for someone or something. I agree with that. Love is not in the flesh. Is coin collection a hobby? Yes. Mario, your comments are the best. Probably over 100 definitions of love. I love lamb. Everyone's a poet now. I think we should move on to the next question. Love changes. Emotions change. Okay. What would your perfect room look like? I wish Bindi was here right now because Bindi's house is... I wonder, I'll have to get her permission to show you some of the pictures she showed me. I mean, her house is like wall to wall, ceiling, everything is just covered in tapestries. Like, it's just like the most Zen, Buddhist kind of house you could find. It definitely is an emotion. I just think it's so beautiful. I'm pregnant, so yeah, I think it's a beautiful emotion as well. When you're married like I was and did it, let me know. Okay, I am married. I'm not married for 22 years because I've only been alive a few years longer than that. But sure, in 15 years, I'll happily let you know how I feel about my husband. I love my husband, but I don't always feel the emotion of love to him. Loving my husband that's something that that's how we label it, is like, I don't want to leave him. I don't hate him. A room full of pineapples. Yes, Claudia. A house of windows with a view. A dark, gloomy room with dim light coming from window, and there's simple furniture and books. Why would you want it to be dark and gloomy? As a kid, I always had a yellow room, my favorite. Really? Yellow? You're happy for me, Vine? Thank you. I'm happy for you, but I feel like not, because it sounds like maybe your wife passed, which is like the scariest thing I could ever think of. What was the question? The question was, what would your perfect room look like? You kill me. Got it. Got it. You need a name. I need a name I can call you. Put a name in your, like, what, Bob or something? Bob the cat? I'm still in love with my first love. Beer. Yes, I'm sorry to hear that, Vine. I'm glad that you can be here. Hopefully we bring some positivity to your life and you love gloomy. Cancer. Tom? Oh, Tomcat, yes. Big windows with a view. I agree with that. Call me Dom versus the world. Oh. Hey, Dom. That's funny. Dom, you didn't get blocked, did you? Jackie is still blocked. Notice that not a single person came into this broadcast and said I should unblock Jackie. Just saying. Empty, so there is space to imagine. Yeah, that's how Steve Jobs would have had it, right? A photography darkroom. Nice, yeah. So I would have different, so like, I don't know what kind of room they're talking about. Like a bedroom is different than, like, I would like to have my own room for scoping in, because that's what I do here. There's a huge bed right here, like a queen size bed. This might even be a king size bed. You're fond of Victorian architecture, a small cottage on the seaside. We're talking about a room. What would your perfect room look like? Perhaps a canopied bed. Yeah, that's very similar to how Bindy's room is, or her house actually. A music room. Thank you, Vine. My room's lights are always off. Well, that's your choice. If you prefer it to be dark, then you can do that. It almost seems like you want to stay depressed, in which case I can't help you. Did I block Jackie? I did. Steve looks happy about it too, and Steve's one of our top sponsors, so I block Jackie all the time. I block Jackie like every week, or every other week. And then he writes me these long apologies, and we make a new agreement, so he's not going to troll any of my sponsors, and then he comes in and trolls one of my split screen guests instead. I let my friend on my accounts, and he's a troll, and oh, your actual account got blocked, like, completely. Music rooms are a mess, Angel would know. Or a bedroom made up with Disney or music or movies. Okay. A room without walls, so outdoors. Actually, they have a lot of stuff like that in Hawaii. But Jackie's the best. Who is Jackie? You do not want to know, Wagamama. It's just a troll. He's a troll. A room full of guitars. Full of guitars? He doesn't learn, so exactly. I'd go for a greenhouse with white furniture and white furniture? You must be the cleanest girl I've ever met. I enjoy these dark thoughts and feelings. No one can help you. You can help you. No one else can help you. But yeah, I know. I've been depressed. I know that it feels good. I've cried. You know that feeling of crying, and it feels good to just keep crying. But club room with a pool table and a setup for playing music like Flash. It just seems like you like it. You know what I mean? It's almost like a trend or a fad or something. There's no way you like being depressed more than you like being happy. It's simply impossible. It's your physiology, your entire anatomy is completely against that. So you're just probably not moving your body enough, that you're all in your head and you're not like if you right now do like 10 push-ups, I bet you'll feel better than you felt like the whole time you sat in a dark room and just stared at your shoes. The Madonna Inn in San Luis Obispo has many themed rooms. Cool. White, hard to keep clean. Yes, clean as whistle. How's it going? It's going good, Jason. How are you? Or more tired. A giant room with a bit of everything. Office, movie theater, library, place to exercise. A room where the closet is bigger than the room to store unopened presents. What is happening in the scope tonight? Okay, so my room would be a scoping room where there was enough room to actually do yoga from a distance from my camera. I wouldn't have to set it up every single time. I would have it set up for yoga scopes, and then I'd have a different room for every category of broadcast that I do. How's that? I'd have a whole house for periscoping in. Too much? We're just dreaming, okay? We're just dreaming here. All right, next question. That was what our perfect room would look like. Emotionally numb people seek pain to feel something. Yes, that's true. I used to cut myself and wanted to kill myself. Thank you for inviting your followers, Brennan. So the room I'm in? No. Jesus Christ, Taylor, you're so high maintenance. A room under the sea so I could hang a Sebastian Ariel. Thanks, Bobby. I picture your room out of Alice in Wonderland. I would like it to have all white walls. I would not have anything hung on the walls if James didn't force me to hang up his paintings. I love James's paintings. They're beautiful, but I don't like things on my wall. All these paintings are going to do is attract dust and like get kicked when I try to do my handstands. Thank you, Vine Specialist. My ideal room would be the bridge of the classic Starship Enterprise. A room full of hair products. Sounds like torture. Oh my god. Alright. How often do you play sports? Oh, I hate decorating. Oh my god, I hate decorating. I am not into that kind of stuff at all. Yeah, Jason gets it. Jason feels me. Yeah, I'm not into interior design. I'm not into decorating. I'm not into art. Wood floors. I like wood floors. I like wood floors. You put the Garbage Pail Kids on your wall, Lotus. That's a reference to the scope of in my sister's bathroom, right? It's the worst. Yeah. Maybe it's because my mom likes it so much that I just totally had to rebel against her. My mom would like watch Trading Spaces and Flip or Flop and just all these shows like till the cows came home, and I would just hide in my room. I don't do sports. I have health issues. What's your health issues? If you want to tell me in private, you can, or you can share it here if you prefer. A room full of marijuana. I'm a painter. I just hate hanging stuff up. Oh my god, you're a painter. I used to play sports a lot, but not anymore. I wish I had a tapestry. I play Wii Sports. You're on your way, Taylor. Thank you, Vine. Was a workout football coach in high school. Okay. So how often do you play sports? I scoped for my sister's bathroom. Yeah, I was doing makeup scope. Water ski everywhere. No sports. I'm not competitive. You're such a positive broadcaster. I really enjoy coming in here. Thank you. Thank you, Angel. I hope your pregnancy goes well. How much longer do you have until you're due? Did me and hubby remodel the house? Heck no. He's doing all sorts of stuff. I'm scoping. Is working out considered sports? No. It's good that you work out though, Ryan. I want to get the Wii Fit to do yoga and exercise. You don't need the Wii Fit. You also don't need a gym membership. I like to play every week. Yeah, Francois plays, should I say? I don't want to share your information. Did you already say? April. Okay, so we have, okay, so you're like halfway? About halfway? Almost? Okay. You train 5 days a week. What kind of training do you do, Ryan? I don't do sports. I do yoga and it's not a sport. I need cheat codes for Wii Fit. I don't play sports anymore due to my chronic pain. Chronic pain? Where is your chronic pain? Thank you, Dan. I was taught to detest sports. Interesting. Water ski weekly year around. Oh, year round? Hello, Dooney. Used to play tennis. Oh, I played tennis in high school as well, but I literally never played in an actual game. I sucked really bad. I played for 1 season. I have a yoga mat like that. You do? Fang? Or Fung? How do you say that? How can you see it? Oh, you can see my yoga mat. I forgot how high my camera is. Yes, this is from Zenergy Elite. Energize the Spirit. I'm drinking Old Fezziwig Ale from Sam Adams. You love tennis, you play? I play volleyball, softball, sometimes broomball, and frisbee. Yes, I was going to say broomball. It didn't seem like you were hitting on me, Dan. Neck and lower back and joints due to automobile accident. How long ago was that, Junk? When I see you healthy people and look at myself, I feel sicker. This question made me negative. When I asked if you did sports, I don't think the question made you negative, Owen. There's a few things here. What you focus on will grow. So if you're just going to look for anything to be negative about, you're just going to blame all those things. But it's your choice. You're choosing to find the negative here. What if I spent this whole broadcast just focusing on negative comments? If I only focused on the trolls this whole broadcast, how would you guys feel as the audience? How would I feel after finishing this? Would I want to do 3 hours of content every day? If I did the kind of drama scopes that some of the other broadcasters do you think I would feel good doing that? No, I wouldn't. Maybe it would feel good to tear down other people and make myself look better and have all these people tell me, yeah, you're so right, you're so right. But the truth is, there's no way I'm going to feel better doing that than what I'm doing here, where I'm focusing on the positive. I'm looking for things to be grateful for. I'm looking for the positive characteristics in the community, and I'm blocking out the negativity to help you guys to be more positive. So just because you can find someone who's more healthy than you, like me, every single time I look up anyone ever doing yoga, I mean, I can't even get into a normal handstand. So I could look at this and say, screw it! I'm never going to be able to do that. I feel like I'm just going to go into bed and I'm just not... But then I'm definitely never going to be able to do that. I'm never going to be healthy, or if that's the thing that you're talking about, or I'm never going to be able to do this pose, because I have to make the choice. No one can make the choice for me. I have to make the correct choice. I have to think, what is it that I want? That's the first thing. What do you want? If you don't want anything good for yourself, because for me, I did. When I was depressed, one thing that I really, really wanted was a mate. I wanted a boyfriend. I wanted a guy who liked me, was attracted to me, laughed at my jokes, didn't want to cheat on me, didn't want to look at every other girl that walked by and ignore me when I was talking. I wanted a happy relationship. That was something I actually wanted. So I could start making decisions to move towards that because that was important to me. There's some people that want to be single their whole lives, so it's going to be different. And really to be able to adequately coach someone in this type of a state, if you're actually like that depressed, would be in a coaching session. I mean, we can do this live and we can try this, but I would love to actually be able to hear you and see you, because that feels a little more fair to me. It's way too easy to hide behind a keyboard and just say, oh, everything sucks, everything's terrible. But when we're making eye contact and looking at each other and I'm smiling at you, it's human nature to smile back, and to smile is the first step out of depression. A smile is the first thing to bring you out of there. So it's just a matter of like, what do you want? Okay, so focus on that, and then figure out what do you need to do to get there. Actually, why don't you tell us what you want if you would like to? I'd rather be single. I'm not good enough to be with a woman. What do you mean you're not good enough? Good enough at what? I'm way too set in my ways to have a serious partner. You don't think you could find a partner that liked your ways, Cassie? She found the soup can bargain guy. My husband? Positivity gets positive results. Not always. I can't do that yet, but I will, is how you have to approach it. You have to choose. I don't know if we could see each other, we wouldn't be talking. I don't know what you mean by that, Own. World peace, Cujo. I really do. People who are depressed, that's the reason I started my business, because I want to help these people. But they have to want to help themselves, because all I can do is help you to help yourself. Like, I can't come pull you out of your bed and open up the blinds and smack you and say, hey, snap out of it. You can only do that to yourself. I'm also don't smack yourself. I'm also very emotionally messed up for one to love me. Positive comments from now on. You can do it. I mean, I don't bring anything as a human man that a woman... No, don't tell Owen that he has to only give positive comments, because he always says that. Keeping eye contact. You don't have to... Have you met my husband? Owen, have you ever seen my husband? I've never in my entire life met anyone who makes less eye contact than my husband. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Yes, Walter, that's true. I think that's what I need. A coaching call, Eric? Is that what you're talking about? Or a girlfriend? I'd pay for that service. What service? You are one of the most positive people I know. Thank you, Stephen. I don't feel very positive right now, because it's like, for me, I know that when I was depressed, I chose to stay in it a lot more than I needed to. Like, I chose to be in that state. And I don't know what it's like where you're at or how old you even are, Own. But when I was the age that I was, between like 13 and 19, especially around the age of like 13, 14, even borderline 15, it was very popular to be emo. And that's always been a thing. Goth, emo, that's actually popular. It's accepted. And if you're rejected by everyone in your school or your social groups, and then this one group will accept you if you wear a bunch of like dark and listen to emo music and like smoke cigarettes, and okay, that's my own life, but anyway, then you'll do that, because that need for social interaction and acceptance is so huge in humans. So when you say like, I would just want to be alone, it's like you're either not human or you're just not seeing the reality, because you're either on some type of drugs that are making it hard to see the reality, which is very common. I'm not saying to stop taking your medication. I'm not a medical professional. If you're prescribed some type of medication, see what you can do to find natural remedies. Work with your doctor and tell them, if this is how you feel, that you would like to explore natural remedies to your depression, like exercise, diet. Diet is the #1 primary thing. If you eat a lot of sugar and flour, that's pretty much the reason you feel like crap. But I was able to pull myself out of depression for years before I ever started changing my diet. I think it would make it a lot easier if I drank more water back then and ate more vegetables and got healthy sleep and didn't stare at a screen right before I went to sleep every night. Little thing, there's literally probably millions of things that can help people to have a positive lifestyle. But the first thing has got to be that you decide that you want to come out of your depression. Because if you don't want to, what can anyone really do? You know, when I met with a psychologist, it was because I wanted to not feel that way anymore. I didn't want to die. You can send pictures on Twitter. Eric, if you Twitter DM me, you can send a picture in there. It's like waking up one day and deciding to stay depressed for the rest of my life. So you've decided to stay depressed because you want what? I think I would challenge your husband on the eye contact. We're the same personality. You seem to make good eye contact. We did our one video call. The content you absorb online is important. That's true. That's very true, Heba, for sure. I was depressed for a while too, and I feel that it helped me be who I am today. Yes, angels. That's the thing, is like, you can't really help people as well if you never really felt it. Like, you can try. I mean, I can help people. Like right now, one of my coaching clients, I'm helping them with a grieving process. I'd like to think I'm helping them with the grieving process. But I've actually never really lost anyone that close to me in life. So it's hard. Like, I can't say, okay, here's what I did when that happened to me. Where when I'm helping people with depression, like, it's like, okay, well, I've been there. And although it's all different, we all have different triggers and different things that we want, it's a lot easier when you can speak from experience, in my opinion. So that's why depression is something, and like Angel said, now I can help people who are depressed. And now she can too. And it made us who we are. It made us realize that you can't just rush to conclusions, and just because someone cut you off in traffic, just assume they're a shitty person. You don't know what they're going through. They could be rushing to the hospital because their baby's about to be born. Or they could be rushing somewhere, you know, they're late for work and it's the last day and they're about to get fired, and what are they going to do? How are they going to pay their bills? And, you know, there's so much that can be going on in people's lives. And I have always been a friendly person. I've always been smiley. I've always been like, hey, very social. I've always been like that, even when I was depressed. Even when I was really depressed, people didn't know. My own mom barely knew. I had to tell her. I had to, like, yell it out to her one day during some crazy fight. They're like, well, maybe this is why I want to kill myself. And she was like, you want to kill yourself? You know, it's like, you you can't always tell. So the fact that he's coming in here and sharing it with everyone, and he's been sharing it with us for about 6 months consistently, you know, that's a big step. There's a book, Caring for the Dying. You might find it interesting. Very interesting. I need my hole to hide in. I have the social personality of a groundhog seeing its shadow. That's okay, Cujo. I didn't know you had the choice to get off meds and seek natural remedies. Really? Ask your doctor. Definitely ask your doctor. I hate my days, but I'm a rather hopeful person, but it's getting so hard. What kind of things are you dealing with in your days, Cassie? Can you pick one thing? Awesome scope, gotta get up early. Okay, good night, Steve. Thanks for being here. You made a mistake sharing it. Why? Okay, so I asked you what you want. I said you made the decision to stay depressed. Why? And you said because depression completes me. That's not an answer, Owen. I'm not going to accept that because that doesn't make any sense. Depression is what makes you feel like you need to be completed. It's what makes you feel like you have a hole. So the depression is not the thing that fixes the depression. That doesn't make sense. Now folks know how I am and they try to relate to me. My late wife died in my arms. There was no other way than saying goodbye. And when somebody dies, that can help you to savor life so much more and realize how important and how valuable and precious it really is, and not take it for granted like I used to and totally regret. I myself have a unithymic personality. What's that? Depression is your comfort zone. Right. It's not completing you. It's holding you back. Depression is rage turned inwards. That's a good one. Asperger's, body issues, relationships. Okay, so you have a hard time with relationships because you have Asperger's, so the social thing. And then I know a little bit about your body issues. You've shared with me about, I don't know if you want to share it again or not, but I know a little bit about that. If I could explain myself in one word, it's brilliant. All right. Hello, Sicknarf. But now, is this public information? I think this is. My husband does not have Asperger's. Yep. Hey, Bindi, thank you for the super heart. Sorry, I meant to say that like 10 minutes ago. We're like kind of on a roll here. I'd rather rage on me than take it out on others. Tendency towards depression. Okay, hey, Warren. I'm good, Sicknarf. How are you? Yes. That's actually, this is totally different than anything anyone else will tell you in regards to this. You haven't had surgery and it might be a while. Being comfortable in your own skin, right? Well, think of it, no, I don't know if this is a great analogy. This is another thing that I don't have a ton of experience with, so Cassie, we're learning together. Just tell me if I'm like way off base, because I might be. Hey, Warren. So, what I would think maybe it's like someone who is very overweight and they're uncomfortable in their skin. And they know that if they do certain things, they take certain steps, that they can have the body that they want, that they think they're going to be comfortable in. And I would say that's maybe a little bit similar, because it's like if you do this step, you might have the body that you're more comfortable in. And it's just it's almost like a matter of using logic and reason. Now this isn't what I was going to say a minute ago, but that's like a matter of, okay, well, knowing that it can happen in the future, knowing that you're working towards it and what can you do to take those steps to get there, rather than just thinking, this sucks, I'm gonna have to wait a long time, because you don't even know when. Like, if you can find a date, like set a goal, have like, okay, I really want to have the money. See, if it's just I would think it's a matter of money. Is there something else holding that back? Because the thing with like having to lose weight, you have to change your diet, you have to change your lifestyle, you have to change your exercise habits, you probably have to change like your sleep habits, what you watch and listen to. I mean, it's probably extremely difficult to do. Where with this, I think it's a matter of having the large amount of money that it costs to do it. Or does it require more? Because I've never actually looked into the requirements myself. My gut would tell me that it's a matter of finance that's keeping it from happening, but let me know. And then what was the other thing that I was going to say? Oh, about beating yourself up. Okay. All you eat is sugar and flour. Dan, we're going to get through this. Okay, do you drink soda, Dan? If you can take out, you know what? Don't worry about taking out soda. Add more water into your diet. Pick an amount of water that you think would be a reasonable amount to start adding in, and start adding that in. Because what that's going to do is going to help you cut back on sugary drinks and coffee and alcohol. I know I've got to lose weight, lost 70 pounds total. It's hard when I love food. Oh, you have to lose weight to do it as well, to get the surgery? We're creatures of habit. If we get caught in a pattern, it's really hard to break the cycle. It is, but our brain's a lot more plastic than we ever used to believe. That we can actually use our minds to change our habits a lot more than we think. By using, like what I've been doing every single morning and night, I say out loud, I will be making $100,000 a year by October 12th, 2022. Hey, Victor. Helping people internationally to reach their health, wealth, and relationship goals. And that keeps me clear. That's like, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing today. This is what I'm doing tomorrow. Every single day. What you eat affects your mood a lot. Yes. Yeah, and then different times of the month can cause different hormonal changes for both men and women, not just women. Switch to real sugar at first. At least kick out the high fructose syrups and such. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I mean, organic would be even better, but yeah, baby steps. And we can change slight behaviors to help break habits over time. Yes, we can. That's very true. Thanks for the super hearts, Victor. Gotta lose about 60 before they will consider me. Oh, okay, so it's a weight loss thing. You can do that. And you know how much weight people lose every year? Probably like thousands of pounds. Yeah, you're pregnant. What you eat? Oh, we had 2 pregnant women in here tonight. You're on your exclamation mark. Exclamation. I will drink water every day, cut out sugars from juice and soda. There's a book called The Power of Habit I'd recommend. I want to say so much, but it's your show. Bindi, please do. Hey, whether you're going totally against what I'm saying or totally for it, either way, let's hear it. As long as, I mean, I'm not saying this to Bindi, but like everyone here, as long as you're not attacking anyone in the room or attacking me, it's pretty much a free-for-all. You can say anything you want. I don't block people for cussing. Don't be sexual. Don't hit on me either, like nothing perverted and nothing rude, and that's about it. I was 501 pounds. I'm now 157 pounds. Is that real? I mean, Chris, I just met you, but Cassie, listen to that. If that's true, I might be able to get a surgeon to do it if I qualified for Medicare. Now I have nothing to talk. That's how uninteresting I am. I have nothing other than sad. How old are you, Owen? I think I've asked you this before, but I forget. I think we're about the same age, are we? Are you younger or older? Thank you. Am I referring to you? No. I'm referring to all of you, but not you. No one in particular. I just meant I definitely wasn't referring to Bindi when I said that. It's very true now, having my first baby at 40. Oh, that's amazing, Chris. I love that so much. I'm like, is that real? How many meals a day should we eat? Is dinner not important? The number of meals you eat in a day is not important. It's best to eat small meals every couple of hours. But again, it's not a matter of how many calories you eat. It's what is it? What is the nutritional value of what you're eating? If what you're eating is empty calories, like chips and popcorn and bread and sweets like muffins and cakes and brownies and bagels and cookies and all these things, there's soda, even coffee. I mean, okay, coffee they think have some health benefits, so we'll leave coffee on the background for now. Alcohol, I mean, there's so much crap that we eat, and like industrial meat that has growth hormones in it. If you're wondering why you're gaining weight and not losing it, how much meat do you eat? Where does that meat come from? Do you know how much growth hormone is pumped into those animals so that they can be big, fat, juicy animals, so they can get the most meat per animal as possible? If you just switched to healthy meat, maybe that would make a huge difference. Same thing with aspartame. Aspartame turns into formaldehyde when it goes into your system. Formaldehyde. That is the chemical that they use to preserve dead bodies, to prevent dead bodies from decaying. So now try to lose your fat cells now that they're being preserved by formaldehyde. Literally like preserved, like frozen in time, like good luck losing that weight. My opinion on diet soda is no. My opinion on all sodas is no. Thanksgiving turkey. The Thanksgiving turkey will be on my channel on the 22nd, on the day that I'm giving away the money. So the 5 hours of content on November 22nd, the Wednesday right before Thanksgiving, I'm going to do 5 hours of content. I'm going to give away $500 cash, and I'm going to have the Thanksgiving turkey on the show. I only eat grass-fed meats, mostly from Washington County. Thank God, finally you did say something bad about coffee. I'll never rot. What about soda water? That I don't have any problem with. You're just talking about carbonated water? I don't really see the problem with that. My mom and dad drinks coffee nonstop. They're 86 and 80, go figure. Yeah, so we'll leave coffee on the back burner, huh? I'm so descriptive, makes you want to not eat. That's not the idea. Oh, and I really don't think someone would be disappointed. You're the only one disappointed in yourself right now. I'm happy that you haven't left. I'm impressed that you haven't left, honestly. Because me, when I was depressed, anyone that wanted to try to help me and tell me what I should do or shouldn't do, I just be like, bye. Bye. I'm gonna go on the internet and tell everyone how like emo I am and how depressed I am, so they can all tell me that I'm beautiful and that I'm, that I deserve love and stuff. And none of that actually ever worked for me. It was only in the actual work when I worked with my psychologist one-on-one, where we had like an hour-long talk every single week, and he made me keep a journal the whole week that we didn't talk, and we would go over the journal and he would read the journal. That's different. I mean, that's the work that it takes. That's actually analyzing, what do I want? Why do I want it? How can I get it? It's pretty simple, but it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's simple, but it's not easy. It's not like easy and low resistance to do, because you might not know what you want, or even more importantly, you might either be embarrassed about what you want. As a woman who wanted a man, that was always really important to me. That is not exalted in society, to want a man, because we're supposed to be the independent woman. I grew up with the Spice Girls. The Spice Girls were my favorite music group as a little girl. And my own mom was a single mom who was all about doing everything herself. She didn't need help. She didn't need a man. And so for me to even want a man was embarrassing. I was actually ashamed of what I wanted because I felt like that was a sign of weakness or dependence or, you know, and now keep in mind, I never met my dad. So I think that probably had a big part of it. Like, I had no men in my life at all. So that was probably a big part of it as well. But regardless, that was important to me. And then once I realized that that was important to me and that that was pretty much what most of my depression was centered around, then I could realize, step back, big picture, I was 13 years old, 15 years old. I mean, really? Should I have found my lifelong soulmate by 15 years old? I mean, that'd be nice. But my mom didn't meet her husband till she was 49. Or I think they met when she was like 47 or something. But her wedding, her first ever wedding, her whole life, she was 49 years old. My mom didn't date? Not really. Mm-mm. My mom is a very powerful personality. In some countries, they do that. In some countries, they get married young. Yeah, actually, arranged marriages. There's some weird data around arranged marriages that they're actually like quite. They report being happy. I haven't checked the data myself though. Magnesium deficient. Yes, magnesium. That's actually something that I was just talking about with one of my recent coaching calls was magnesium. So pretty much any dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, eggs, I believe, have magnesium in them. Tell me if I'm wrong. It might be egg yolks. Francois, much more powerful in a different way. More emotional, much more emotional. My fingers hurt. Someone take the lead in the heart race. Thank you, Eric. Is this on? My neighbor is in an arranged marriage. Are they happy? What else has magnesium? Salmon. There's a lot of things. If you just Google like what has magnesium in it, you'll get this list. Oh, yogurt is another one. I eat eggs and I like spinach. There you go. You put spinach in your eggs and some feta. Get a nice Greek omelet going. Why didn't I do that? It sounds so good. I have a chicken coop. Yum. See? Look, so Owen is in here talking about how I'm so negative. I shouldn't have even said anything. Now people don't want... Yet, he has sent more hearts to me in this broadcast than anyone else besides Eric. Eric sent a lot more. Eric is amazing. But Owen is also amazing. He sent almost 6,000 hearts, and we've only been live for... Okay, we've been live an hour. I didn't realize we've been live an hour. We got really excited. And thank you for saying that, Bindi. That's awesome. Anyone else who has anything that helped them with their depression, I'm one person. I'm just one small voice in the world. And Owen is different than me. We're all different. That's beautiful. Now Owen, when he comes out of his depression, he's going to be able to help people who are more like him. And he's going to be on the other side. He's going to look back and he's going to be like, I cannot believe that I was like that. I can't believe that I felt like that. Like, when I was 13, like, I can't believe I cared if a boy liked me. I cannot believe I cared. But to me, that was how I was determining my worth, my self-value was, am I attractive? Am I going to be, because I saw my mom as a single mother struggling. And I didn't want that for myself. I was like, is this going to be me? I'm going to be working full-time, not being able to spend almost any time with my kids. All I want to do when I come home is just watch TV and eat junk food because I have no energy and I have no partner helping me with raising my children, with earning the income for the household, or with preparing meals or shopping for meals or anything that would have made life a lot easier. I saw that as a young child. Like, you know what would make this a lot easier? If she had a helper, like a partner in crime, a partner in life. And I would go to my friends' houses that had both parents, and although these parents weren't like, Romeo and Juliet all over each other, it was super beneficial. One of them could drive one kid to the place, the other one could drive the other one, or the other one could get dinner ready while the other one's coming home from work, or, one person could go to like with me and my husband, like one of us will go to the wake, one of us will go to the funeral. That way we both don't have to go to both, depending on who it is, but you know what I mean? It's just like having that partner made life a lot easier. So for me, that was something that I saw and really wanted. But other people are going to be different. I can make someone sad, but I don't do that because it's bad for the broadcaster. You can't make someone else sad. You might think that you're powerful like that. I mean, words are powerful, and you might have some influence on their emotion, but it's probably going to be very brief because we're all grown adults, as far as I know, in this room. And we all choose how we want to feel about things, and we choose what to focus on. So no person's comments, no troll's comments, or no depressed person's comments are going to make us depressed or make us into a troll. Like, if someone comes in right now and says, open Bob's, are you all gonna now be like, yes, open Bob's? Like, no. It doesn't have that much influence. You know what? What we think that we are really big in other people's worlds, but we're just simply not. I mean, some people, like, some people might be, like, obsessed or, like, be aware of, like, if you're really big in someone's life and they're not really big in your life, assess the safety and the security of yourself in that relationship with that person. But on average, most of us care mostly about ourselves and the things that we think and say and care about, and the way we act and what we wear and how we feel and how we look is really important to us, and we think that it's important to other people, but it's simply not. Broadcasting has helped me with this. Maybe it would help you own. You know Sonam's story and how she started on Periscope and the type of scopes that she started with. You could easily do broadcasts just like that. As I've done these broadcasts, you can see my hair right now. I did not brush my hair. I took a shower and then I put this on, and I don't have makeup on either. I actually put a little bit of makeup on my nose because it was red, but I don't have any eye makeup on or anything. And I've learned that it makes pretty much no difference if I wear makeup or not, or if I brush my hair or not when I broadcast, because the truth is, you guys just don't really care about that. Only I care. It's like, so you think like, oh, I'm going to say this and everyone's going to feel the way I feel about it. No, probably not. So Raul says, relying on other people for self-worth, first thing I'd teach a kid to avoid. Well, if you had been my dad, that would have been real nice, Raul. Where were ya? Just kidding. Smell like a foot. You're the second person to say that today. People shouldn't watch me cry and ask for best options to take myself out. Why? Why shouldn't they? You don't think they have the power to just hit the X if they don't want to be in there? I mean, you're really overestimating your influence on other people's lives. Not like your life isn't important or powerful or has the ability to be influential, but like, just because you're upset, it's not gonna like ruin other people's lives. Like, I mean, it's not like it's your mom or something. Like, I saw the way my depression affected my mom. It's a whole different thing than the way it affected my best friends. My best friends didn't give a flying crap because as long as I didn't kill myself, they're like, you'll get over it. Like, we've all been depressed. Like, it is temporary. Just like being happy, like how I've felt the last 6 years. I mean, that's probably not going to last the rest of my entire life. I'm pretty well aware of that. But all we can do is prepare for that and do what we can today, right now, at this moment. That's another thing. Present moment awareness. Only focus on what can I do right now. Don't focus on, okay, so maybe the thing that you want is to go to England and meet Sonam face to face. Well, don't just like be like, okay, well, here I am now and that's where I want to be. Like, well, I'm never going to get there. Just be like, okay, what's the first thing? Look at flights. How much would it cost to make that happen? How much does it cost? Okay, well, look up the price of the flight and then figure out, okay, so now you know, I have to save up this much money. Then you can see how much money that you make. What do you do for work, Own? Missed a bunch of comments. You want to move to England, Cassie? Okay, so you really want to do that. You want to move to England. Now, why? Let's start with why before we go into how. Sonam is coming to the U.S. Yeah, Owen's not in the U.S. though. But yeah, she's going to come to New York and L.A., and I plan to spend almost the entire trip with her, unless she gets sick of me. You're a dropout from your university, so you don't work at all. How do you survive? Like, who pays your bills? Is that a beer? It is a beer, Rona. This is an Old Fezziwig Ale by Sam Adams. We've been broadcasting for like an hour and 15 minutes or something, and I've not even drank half of it. You always loved England, history, architecture. But why do you want to move there? Like, it's one thing to visit. You want to see the architecture, the history and stuff, but why do you want to live there? I don't work, I go to school. My kind of parents. Hey, Noah. How do you stay consistently positive? Practice, for sure. Practice is a big thing. It varies, really, every day. It's hard to answer that, but there is a great book. I'll show you off my bookshelf here. I read this book. You have an important question, Katie? All right. Was I born in 98? I was not born in 98. All right, so Positivity by Barbara Fredrickson. I'm going to leave it up for 5 more seconds if you'd like to grab a screenshot. This is a book that completely changed my life. You don't want to live in this country anymore. Okay. Why don't you want to live in this country anymore? When you accidentally block someone and then unblock them, they can't comment, which I know. If you restart the broadcast, can't they then comment? I want to say their comments might actually get blocked for 24 hours. Who did it, Jason? Who done it? So that book changed my life. Now, in this book, she talks about 10 forms of positivity, which I can very quickly tell you what those things are. So, the 10 forms of positivity are joy, happiness, joy, like when you have your first child or something, you're really excited. Steph Sprague, who's Steph? My parents don't know how depressed I am and they force me to talk to them, but I don't. Yeah, that's not going to work. So you live with your parents' own and they pay for everything? I know, if I hate it, then stay and help make things better. Maybe, Cassie, maybe. I think that we should have the freedom to go wherever we want, but know that, is it because you don't like Donald Trump that you want to leave the country? Like, it's one person out of 400 million people in this country. How do you know you're going to like all the people in England? I mean, it just seems like a big step to go from, I don't like one American to being like, now I'm going to go live in England, which is very expensive. It's a lot more expensive there, and there's a lot less space there. I can't truly say I belong in one slot, happy or sad. I can just say I'm content. Okay. Have I read The Power of Now? I haven't. Hey, Asif. Hillary loved us? Cujo. That's a joke, right? Please tell me that's a joke. Thanks for the super hearts, Asif. That happens a lot in Pakistan. Don't justify it. Please don't justify it. How old are you, Own? It cost $5 more in England. What cost $5 more? What? It costs $5 more in England. If not England, then somewhere. Okay, so do you see? This is like, I love this. This is fun because it's almost like this big group coaching call where it's each of us is just that would be, if this was a coaching client, we'd have to spend the whole 30-minute call just trying to figure out what does Cassie want, because she doesn't know, and I can't read her mind, and I can't tell her what she wants. We just have to keep asking questions till we get there. You're 19 years old. Oh, okay, so you're 19 years old. You're still, actually, Own, I was 19 when I read this book. And you're still very young. Everything costs at least $5 more in England. Yes, awesome, thank you. I get money from the government ever since I was diagnosed with a mental illness in 2009. I'd move to South America if I could. Okay, so would you rather go to England or South America, and why? If you like England, you may like Pakistan too. Hey, Pat, architect, how are you? Or Pay? No, just it costs $5 more in England. Okay, then. I guess we can't discuss it any further. Oh, Katie! Nick is drunk. Nick is drunk right now. That's why I'm doing this broadcast. I was going to do whispers and stuff, and then I realized I was already at 3 hours, so I decided I'm going to have a beer and hang out with drunk Nick. Every country has its problems, I feel like. Yes. Hiva, thank you for saying that. This totally reminds me what I was going to say. So I'm going to... Not South Africa, Cujo. She said South America. Try to pay attention. The problem is that positive stuff makes you feel more depressed. Not possible. Not possible. If you want to take your life already, Own, nothing could make you more depressed. That is as depressed as you can get. There is no risk in exposing yourself to positivity. it just, it's an excuse. Like, if you don't want to be positive, then you will be negative. That's it. Like, if I can't make you want things, I mean, if there was literally nothing, you just said you want to meet Sonam. So would you rather die or meet Sonam? How about you tell me that? Would you rather be dead, never meet anyone ever again, or meet Sonam and hang out with Sonam, have a beer with her? Or, okay, sorry, you're 19. Hang out with Sonam and have tea and crumpets with her and a coffee. Cassie, okay, Cassie says she wants to go wherever she can afford and whoever will accept her. That's not clear enough. We have to get clear. Where are those places? Start looking. Do you really want to move? Do you have to move to find people who will accept you? There's a can of worms. I'd rather die because I don't want to disappoint her. Disappoint her with what? Keep in mind, I mean, we're like pushing 10 years older than you. I mean, it'd be pretty hard to be disappointed considering that she and I both were depressed at your age. We both wanted to die at your age. I don't know what her age range was, but I wanted to die when I was 19. You can't disappoint me by being just the same as me. I mean, that means that you could be as successful as I am. I am the #1 Super Heart recipient in all of the world with the exception of Flash. Can you be positive? If the person is rotten to the core, can the person still be changed? Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Rotten to the core meaning what? If they're a killer, if they go around and they kill people for fun, I don't know if they can be changed, but I would probably kill them if they came at me. Self-defense. So if I claim refugee status, I can move to Europe. Refugee of what? You can't be a refugee because you don't like Donald Trump. That's not a war. This is not a war. This is just, you don't like a guy. Can you be positive? Oh, that's a repeat bot. I'm sorry if I'm missing your answers, Owen. This is why the private coaching calls on my website are much more effective at actually getting you to the next step because I don't miss like every third comment that you send me. That sounds valid to me. I'll tie you down and make you eat a Beyond Burger. Oh God! Oh, she is rotten to the core. Rotten to the core like a Beyond Burger. I swear the Beyond Burger that I ate was rotten to the core. An American refugee. Thank you, Heba, for laughing at that. Spoken like a true American, right? Well, I'll just claim refugee status. It's like, are you mocking refugees right now? I won't be able to listen to what you want to say, and it'll be a waste of time. Why can't you listen to what I'm saying? You're listening right now. It's more than that? Okay. But you think that people are going to be more accepting of those other problems that you're having in another country? I asked why you wanted to leave America, and I thought that you had said that it was because of Trump. Was I wrong about that? I swear they're so amazing, the cook must suck at their job. I don't know. It was pretty gross. So I'm going to say the thing that I was going to say like 10 times. And I'm trying not to read the comments because I swear I'm going to say this. It's taken me like 30 minutes. Partly. Okay, what's the other part that makes America bad that you want to leave? Bad enough to actually like leave. Because humans are going to be everywhere you go. And humans are humans. Humans are judgmental. Humans are weak. We're flawed. We have strengths and weaknesses, but a lot of them are similar. So like if people are judging you for being, like say people judge someone for being overweight in one place, like most places you go, the judgment's pretty similar. Humans. If you focus on Trump, he'll seem like a bigger problem than he is. If he puts us into war, it's a big problem, you know? Pretty much outside of that, like, he's just gonna do what everyone else does. Trump's really not much different than any other politician, except that he's not a politician. That's one thing that I will give him, is like, I'm very glad that he didn't make his money, his entire career, by being a politician. Those are the people that make me just, ugh, that kills me. That hurts me so much to think that, like, this person's career was in forcing people to pay taxes. And I mean, just, oh. Yeah, I don't think I've ever met anyone who really likes Trump as a person. It's not the people, it's the society. What does that mean? What society is what? Okay, so let me say the thing. Someone earlier said it makes sense that you would want to hurt, you would want to hate yourself more than other people. You would want to hurt yourself more than other people, and that is a. And now I'm talking to Cassie. I'm talking to Owen. I'm talking to everyone right now. So hopefully you hear this. If you hear nothing else, hear this. This is one of my main messages. I talk about it a lot in my content, and this is the type of thing you are not going to hear from any other life coach or therapist. Or I'm not a therapist. I'm not any type of medical professional, but you're pretty much not going to hear this anywhere else, as far as I know. If you find someone else who agrees with me on this and they actually do life coaching and mentoring and that type of thing, bring them to my attention, because I would love to work with them. Please don't blame Sonam for you being suicidal. I don't vibe with that at all. There we go. Cassie's like, yeah, Europe has that too. South America definitely has that too. All right. Hey, Lise. I'm having such a hard time getting this out. All right, so that message that you're talking about, where it's easier to hate yourself than other people, is a completely flawed mindset that was taught to you. I personally believe that you are not born with that. You are not born putting other people before yourself, because just basic, I was going to say basic economics, no, basic science, basic, just like super basic, okay? If I am not helped, say I don't eat or sleep or do anything for myself, I do nothing for myself, I wake up and I immediately start sacrificing. Sacrifice. I give all my money that I have somehow. I don't even know how I would have money if I'm always doing things for other people, unless those people are paying me to do things for them, which isn't really doing things for other people anymore, because now it's just doing business with people. So if I'm just giving sacrificially to people, how in the heck, how long am I going to be able to do that for? Even longer than one day? What am I going to have tomorrow to give them? What about the day after that? What about the week after that, or the month after? What about a year later, after you've been sacrificing everything for a year for other people? You can't. That's not even possible. You simply cannot do that. So the church, government, in general, this is a very common theme, is that altruism is virtuous. And I'm here to say that it is not. Altruism means helping others before yourself. So altruism literally means you put someone else before yourself. That is taught almost globally as virtuous, as good, as righteous, as the good people do this, as the good thing to do. And I'm here to tell you that that is the most evil thing you could ever do. Because you can't do that. All that's going to do is make you someone that needs help. So now someone else who smartly put themselves first and realized that they needed to first brush their teeth and take a shower and eat some breakfast before they could go do anything for anyone else, that person is now going to have to help you too, because you just sacrificed everything that you had because you were taught. It's not necessarily 100% your fault, but it's not sustainable. Someone's going to have to put themselves first in order for anyone to have anything. So it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to happen overnight, thanks to the Super Hearts, Lise. But you have to start putting yourself first. You have to start asking yourself, what do I want? It doesn't matter what your parents want. It doesn't matter what your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your kids or your next door neighbor, it doesn't really matter what they want, unless they have a gun to your head, like the government. But let's put them on the back burner for now. You help others and yourself. Yes, but you couldn't help others if you didn't help yourself first. It's the matter of what comes first. You can't put the cart in front of the horse. The horse, did I say that right? Yeah, the horse has to be first. The horse has to pull the cart. The horse can't see anything if the cart is in front, so you're not going anywhere, or you're going to crash pretty soon. So it's a matter of the virtue of selfishness, which is an actual book written by Ayn Rand, my personal favorite author. I know, Cassie, you don't like her. But I do think there's a lot of truth to this, regardless of how you feel about the author or anybody else, that start today. Cassie, Owen, everyone here. Even if you want to just experiment with it through the end of this year, just through December 31st, every single day, consciously make the decision, I am going to put myself first. And just see. Report back. Let me know. Let me know how it works out. You might, the first few days too, you're going to be, what do I do? No, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to be selfish. I don't know how to be greedy. It doesn't feel right. I don't want to take the first piece of cake or whatever. Don't eat cake. Okay. I don't want to take the first piece of healthy something. I don't want to take the first piece of fruit out of the fruit basket at work because other people haven't had their chance, or maybe the last piece of fruit. Just say, hey, if you want that apple, do you want the apple? Is the apple there? As long as it's free and you're not stealing the apple, eat the apple. Don't worry about how Susie around the corner, who keeps trying to, make you feel like you're not popular enough and she's more popular around the office and oh my God, she should get the apple. No, screw Susie. It's your apple. You want it. It's there. You have a hand. You have a mouth. Eat the apple. It's not being greedy. Correct. But it's not even a matter of helping yourself so that you can help other people. It's a matter of helping yourself first because you have to. Because there is no other choice. There is no other moral. There's simply not. You're certainly not moral if you sacrifice yourself because that's actually evil because now you're just making yourself a burden on someone else. Screw Susie. He ate the apple. Good job, Walter. Cassie, yes! There we go. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You have confidence issues as well? Your life's not screwed. You're just 19. Let me tell you something, Owen. Do you know what? Your brain, this front part of your brain, your frontal lobe, is actually not even fully developed for like 6 more years. And this part of your brain is in charge of decision making. It's in charge of a lot of things, but decision making is a major part of it that isn't developed until, on average, you're about 25 years old. So up until that time, it's really hard to make decisions. And that's normal. That's healthy. That's totally natural. That's totally good. It's a part of being a young person. And trust me, if you met, if you met a 90-year-old right now and asked them, would you want to switch, say you met the happiest 90-year-old in the world, would you want to switch lives with them? Because I know they'd want to switch lives with you. I don't care how bad your life is. You're 19, my friend. You are 19 years old. Youth is like the thing. I mean, that's the thing everyone in the world wants. So you are like the richest guy in the world to a 90-year-old, regardless of your depression and even if you're like super overweight and you're like the ugliest guy anyone's ever seen and your one eyeball's like up here and one's down here and like you don't even have like one nostril and that 90-year-old be like, boom, where do I sign? Yes, please. Maybe. I mean, I don't know every 90-year-old, but it's just the idea that, like, youth in itself is a huge wealth. It's a huge wealth. Yes, Mo. I'm 29. That's so sad, Walter. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, even if you're the monster from the Goonies. Thanks, Francois, but you're still pretty new to Periscope. Don't you find dying young beautiful? Absolutely not. Thank you, Steph. What's beautiful about dying young? My friend Charlene believes the same way as you do. She's at Laughing Crow Studios in Arizona. What is that? You guys. I'm 25 plus shipping and handling. Eric, that's so good. Cheers. I'm telling Owen that at 19 he has everything to live for. Oh yeah, Owen right there. A-O-U-N. That's his name. Life becomes boring afterwards. Oh, that is so not true. Pretty much everyone that I know, their 30s was like one of their favorite times of their lives. So, why doesn't everyone... 39 and holding. Hey, Euro Maestro. So if you guys want, you don't have to, but if you want to type your age into the chat and then type what age you liked the most. I was messed up at 19 too, Lise. That's what I'm trying to tell him is like 19, life is like, hasn't even begun yet. Okay, Walter says 30s was his best years. Steph is 50. She said life is amazing at 50. You from Los Angeles? No, I'm from New York. You're 39 at 40s. 40s are turning out to be okay also. Hey, Brady. Walter's 48. Heba is 23 and she likes 23 the most. Oh, and you're 19. You just don't know what's going to happen in the future. Hey. Are you coming to talk to us?
Yeah.
You hear what I'm talking about?
I don't know. What kind of scope are you doing?
Well, we're talking right now about like depression and valuing yourself and what age is good. I loved my 20s. 24. Suicidal thoughts just kicked in now at 24. I was the bomb when I was 19. 44 next month. 21 I miss. Okay, see? 2 more years. 22 was your most funnest year. Who is that? This is my husband. Ryan says, Mr. P!
Hello.
This is Mr. Perfect.
What's up?
Did you come to tell us something or just hanging out?
Well, I was just thinking that we had a good conversation going when my phone rang. I didn't know if it was relevant to your conversation or not, but you were saying something. We were talking about ethics of, putting morals before business, business before morals, and what that results in. And I was thinking like that nonviolence and all that is part of reason and not morals. It's not really a moral per se, or is it? Anyways.
That's true, Heba. Help on the way. I said, Mr. P, I wanted him to come.
I'm here trying to do this.
He's
puzzle.
here, but he doesn't want you to see him, apparently. When I was 16, my funnest time was 16, 17, at 17, 18, and 18, etc. So, really, the age you are now is your favorite? Cassie? Interesting conversation a day your husband has. Say hey to him. Vito says hey.
What's going on?
29, looking forward to 40, diagnosed with mental illness at age 19. See? 29, looking forward to 40. Like, people are... I don't know, Cassie. I feel like it could be morals, not necessarily just reasons. That's what Brady says.
Yeah, that's what we were kind of trying to explore, is that if you put morals first, I wonder if you end up with a messed up system. But then Taylor said, well, what about the morals of nonviolence, which, we got to build on that foundation. And I completely agree with that. I just feel like morals are kind of like a luxury that you can afford once you get some capital, some productivity.
Ryan says hi.
What's going on? So that's kind of where I'm contemplating, is like trying to understand. In other words, like if you can, it's a luxury to not have to be a prostitute. You got to have some money to say, oh no, I'm not going to whore myself out, quote unquote. I can just go out and give speeches or something like Bill Clinton. Oh, it must be nice. Well, we don't all have that luxury, and that's the key word. So we have to be able to afford morals. And morals are subjective.
What is your moral code, Owen? He said the best thing in his life is his moral code, but he's also saying that there's nothing good in his life. He's super depressed and all this. So I'm curious to know what your moral code is that's the best thing in your life. Thanks for the Super Hearts contradictions.
Right, and I'm not suggesting that you should, do something bad for money necessarily. But I'm saying that people's definition of what's good and bad is probably different. But
so the way that this came up was we were talking about this earlier. This is, if I'm ever late for a scope, I'm just gonna blame him, because we will talk for hours about solving all the world's problems. So we'll just blame it on him. So I was talking about scoping, and I was talking about how Nick was drunk. And I was like, Nick is drunk. It makes me want to not take a nap anymore. I just want to get up and have a beer. But I have to work. And then I was like, I have to do books. I have to read books. I have to do this. And I want to, and I was excited to do it. But then I was like, but really now I just want to have a beer and just hang out, talk to Nick, and do everything. He doesn't get mad. Vito wants to know what you do when you get mad. He doesn't get mad.
Only when I'm playing Call of Duty and I punch the floor and scream at 3 o'clock in the morning. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. He's
literally never done that. I think he punched the TV one time, actually. You don't like that. On the top of it.
That was because I was literally trying to fix the TV.
Oh yeah, you were testing the problem to see if it was a connection. If it was a loose connection, that's what it was, yeah.
But I think she has woken up to me like cringing on Call of Duty at 2 o'clock in the morning, but I try to keep myself under control.
Verbally, sure. But yeah, you don't smash the controller or take a baseball bat to the TV or some crap.
They cheated.
So what I was saying was it's oftentimes I make really good money doing these broadcasts where I just have a beer and we just kind of get to know each other better. But I feel guilty. It's it doesn't feel like content to me, and it doesn't feel like I should be getting paid for this. And then I looked at my content and I realized I already had 3 hours for today, so this is just bonus content anyway, and I could do whatever I want, which is good. But that's what we were talking about. Is it was I feel weird getting paid for hanging out So it's like, it feels almost like immoral, you know, and that's kind of like how this all came up.
Right.
Thank you, Steph. It's definitely turned into content. Like, we're not just sitting here drinking a beer asking random questions. Now we're actually, I mean, I'm basically doing like what I do on coaching calls with you guys, so I agree that it is content.
She can
Thank you,
afford to not have to get paid to hang out. If you were desperate for money, you'd be like, oh, I don't care about whether I feel like I'm taking advantage. I'll just take the money.
There's no limits. It's just a minimum. I just have the minimum of 3 hours, just so people know what they're paying for when they make purchases at femyoga.com. Because what you do, what the sponsorships are, they're like a purchase of the channel. You don't have to, but I can't keep going. If all of this just went to zero, I'd have to change career paths for sure, because I'm not independently wealthy. I have money saved up, but not that much money. If I can't do 3 hours, why not 1 hour? I can do 3. I do 3 hours every single day. I kill 3 hours. I do way more than 3 hours a day, typically. Yeah, I'm having no problem doing 3 hours a day. Morals and business sense that your husband has, I believe, work in a circle. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
But, you know, it's like when we're making our political...
So true. So true.
If we base things on morals first, we're like, well, it's not right. We can't have poor people. Well, that right there is a problem.
That's not a moral. That's not morals, though. Let's not gray there.
It is kind of a subjective thing, right? If you said like,
we can't have poor people as a moral.
We can't accept that there's poor people in our country. That is a moral issue, is it not?
No. Totally disagree.
What do you mean?
How is that moral? What does that have to do with morals?
One person feels like it's unacceptable that there's some poor people. The other person feels like
What do you mean unacceptable that there's poor people? I mean, that's normal life. I mean, not everyone can be rich.
Well, that's the people are saying like we have this giant tool of government and all this government money. We're just going to eliminate the fact that there's poor people.
But they don't. They make more poor people, way more poor
people.
So that's evil to use that. It's not morals.
You can't make that your platform of like, oh, we're going to start with a moral issue. You have to start from a realistic, issue. Do we even
but that's
have
not
the
a moral
resources?
issue. A moral issue is, can I punch you in the face?
Well, that's more like reason though. Like that's straight up violence. So like
that's morals though, non-violence.
That's not even subjective though. I think that's.
But the reason would be the biggest dude here. Reason would tell him, well, I can just punch everyone here and win. Reason dictates that I'm big enough. I'm the biggest, so I win. That's reasonable. That's total logic, total reason.
If you exert your force of will, and then you could be overcome by a group. Like if you're running around terrorizing everybody, they could gang up against you. So there'd be a reason to not. You don't want to make yourself a target and make yourself an enemy of everybody.
It's definitely moral. Violence is a moral issue. It's not a matter of whether or not you're utilizing reason.
I don't think it's subjective. I don't think there's any subjective thing that aggressive moral could
That's what objectivist ethics is, though. That's what objective morals are. There's only two: don't steal and don't hit.
Right. I'm just saying that those aren't really morals. They don't fall. In my opinion, they don't fall in that category. They are more realism, a realistic, objective truth. If you run the might is right game, you're going to get beat. You're going to die by the sword. You know. But anyways, yeah, I'm just saying you can't build a society on the idea that like it's unacceptable that we have poor people. It's unacceptable. We all have a right to health care because it's too sad that some people are sick and if you start building that system, you're going to end up in deep trouble. But if you start the system that says we're going to start off with nonviolence and allow business to flourish and have basic principles of freedom, those aren't really morals per se. And that's a good thing to build off of, because they're not subjective. They're not up for debate.
I don't think morals are a subjective thing. I think they can only be objective if they're going to be useful to society at all.
What if somebody hates black people or something, or hates, yellow people or whatever? Like, that's their choice, I can't say that they're wrong. That's their choice. But if they start throwing fists, I will say that they're wrong. That's a big difference.
Morally wrong.
Yeah. Well, no. No. Throwing fists is not morally wrong. That's just wrong.
Wrong?
Yeah.
Right and wrong is exactly what morals are.
Well, I'm saying
what's right and what's wrong.
I'm saying throwing fists doesn't work. You can't have a system that's might is right.
That was the entire human civilization before America, pretty much.
Which worked fine for small groups, maybe, but maybe in small tribes you can duke it out.
It definitely worked for the people who won those things, because you could create a group of violent people to take on whatever groups are going to come at you, like the mob or the mafia. This is a moral issue. Let's look up the definition of morals. It means what is right and wrong. Because what I'm getting at is Ayn Rand's objectivist ethics, which is very, very basic, and those are the only things that are morals or ethics, are these things. It's not a matter of like, does someone like poor people or not? I don't think, or sick people, like helping a sick person, that's just altruism. It's not a matter of morals. Now, is that right or wrong? Like I just said, I think it's evil if you're going to sacrifice yourself for someone else. But if you have abundance and you can now give to that person from your abundance because you took care of yourself first, that was actually moral, that is moral. But the moral in that was that you took care of yourself first. So, moral. A person's standards of behavior or beliefs concerning what is and is not acceptable to do. For them to do. A person's standards of behavior or beliefs concerning what is and is not acceptable for them to do. Agree, disagree?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's a little bit of it's really an issue of semantics, like values versus morals. I don't know. But there's a difference to me between absolute requirements for having a civilization and what somebody think. Like if they want to be a bigot or a hater, like that should be fine. That's your choice. That's a moral thing in my mind. But it doesn't make society, doesn't make or break society per se.
Agreed.
So I don't know what the really specific words are to describe that, but it was fun.
Yeah, we've been studying it for a long time in Atlas Shrugged, so I'm ready to have the debate whenever you're off the phone.
Well, if it's a debate of language, it's pointless. But I guess I do need to know what words are correct words. But the way that definition reads, you can interpret it any way, I suppose. But is there a difference between violence and being a hater? Is one a moral?
Yeah.
Is one a value? I mean,
Being a hater has nothing to do with morals, I don't think. Whether or not you hate someone or something.
So is that a value instead of a moral? What's the word for being a hater?
What do you mean being a hater? What do you mean what's the word for it?
Is that a moral or a value?
Like, are you saying, you mean like, should it be illegal to hate?
Is it an ethical issue? I mean, what's the correct word for what that is?
Whether or not people hate things?
What if you hate monkeys? You're just a monkey hater. But everyone else thinks monkeys are great.
I guess that's a difference of opinion. I guess a matter of opinion.
It's opinion? I don't know.
Your opinion, what you hate, because we all hate things, we all love things, we all like things, we all dislike things.
Let's say you hate something. What if you hate old people? What is that?
I guess your opinion too. I mean, I think hating is not, there's no moral objection to hating.
What if you discriminate against old people? Is that a moral issue?
Discriminate how? Like you won't sell to them?
Yeah, you won't do business with them, you won't hire them, you sneer at them.
Is that moral? That's a good question. Are you on the phone?
Yes.
Do you want to do that first and then come back? Okay.
Okay.
Yay! What do you guys think? Is that a moral issue if someone will not sell to old people because they don't like them? Let's make it clearer. Like, let's say someone will not sell to black people. Hate crimes. Discrimination. Is discrimination a moral thing? Is it right and wrong? Hating and disliking are different. That's why I specified. Hating is negative energy, yeah. But so then he went, like, actual discrimination, like, if you won't sell to a certain race, like, you're like, nope, I'm not going to sell anything to anyone who's black. It seems like that's wrong, but, like, I don't think that the law should enforce something like that, because I don't think there should be any law, because I'm an anarchist. Because the thing is, what would happen if I didn't sell any of my products to black people? Someone else would, and they'd put me out of business real freaking quick. Real quick. Like, overnight. So is it a moral issue? Is it a matter of right or wrong? I would say if it's their business, it's their business, literally. Like, what business is it of mine who they sell to or not? Now, if they're not going to sell their product to black people, I'm not going to buy their product either. It's just like a lot of people with Chick-fil-A. Didn't they have some issue with, like, gay people? Something about, like, they came out against gay people? Well, a lot of people that weren't gay stopped patronizing Chick-fil-A because of their discrimination. Now, is it a moral thing? In which case, what is that rule? What is the moral rule there? You shall not discriminate against anyone? Because I want to discriminate against violent people. And I want to discriminate against negative people, like even people who aren't violent, like a troll who comes in and says open bobs. I block that person. Now, are they morally wrong? I don't know. This is a good topic. Anyone got the answer? Because I have no idea. And that, yeah, so that's how me and my husband always communicate. That's fine. That's normal. That's why I love him so much, because I can do that. I can come at him like, what are you even talking about? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, no. And then he just like stays calm, cool, collected. He doesn't take it personally. He doesn't get too sensitive. He doesn't cry. He doesn't yell. It's awesome. Whoa, so many things. Bakeries that did not make cakes for, I think racism is immoral. Yeah. Tax cuts. Whoa, you guys are talking about tax cuts? It depends on what way your moral compass is facing. I have the answer, but I'm going to bed. Well, good night. Thanks for all your help. Chick-fil-A CEO supported anti-gay marriage groups, I think with company funds. Even if it had nothing to do with the business. Like, it's not like they wouldn't sell chicken sandwiches to gay people. But it's like just knowing that the person that owns that company, it's like, think of Periscope broadcasters. Think of the broadcasters that you know that are into some kind of shady things and make a lot of money off Super Hearts or their PayPals or whatever it may be. Is that a moral issue? Because here's the thing. Those broadcasters, they didn't force anyone to pay them. They didn't hold a gun up to anyone's head. They got on there, they spewed their hate, and people volunteered their money to them. So is that really immoral? Or is it just not what I'm interested in? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to be in a group with somebody who was racist or homophobic or, like, overly religious about the way that they believe certain things. Bye, On. Have a good night. Would I say it's immoral? I feel like it is. Like, I want to say yes, it's immoral. But on what grounds? It's not immoral, it's a matter of choice. Yeah, that's the thing, is it's kind of like opinion. Like, if you don't like a certain race, I mean, who am I to say? Like, I don't have any problem with them, so why don't I just keep doing my thing with them? And just be aware that you're kind of a, you know, extremely discriminant type person. Morality is based upon your experience. GOP, Congress are not your friends. That's for damn sure they are not our friends. But not just GOP. I mean, it's all politicians, including liberals. Because conservatives and liberals are no different from each other. I mean, the liberals are the liberal politicians are getting lobbied by the same elitist banks and companies as the Republicans. And every single member of the Ku Klux Klan was a Democrat. So I think except maybe one. I think one Republican, like, inherited a slave or something, like, during the time of the Ku Klux Klan, during the Civil War? They are more for the common man. No, they are not. That's propaganda. That's what they want you to think, because the common man is who votes. So that's both sides pretend to be for the common man, for the working middle class, but no, neither of them, not the Republicans, not the Democrats, neither one is more for us than the other one. They are both against us. They are, because they can't be for us, because there's no way that the government can help us, because we are them. Like, I mean, these people aren't like benevolent spirits that just floated down from heaven and they don't need to eat or sleep or get food. Like, no, like I've said this before, there's a receptionist at a local high school that makes $100,000 a year because she's like the governor's niece or some crap like that. $100,000 a year to do paper pushing at a high school. Who pays for that? Not the governor. Not any more than you and me and everyone else that lives in New York State. They're serving their own personal agendas first. But that's actually ethical. Like I'm saying, to serve yourself first is good. The problem isn't the people that work for the government. The problem is the system that they're working within. It's the laws themselves that are the enemy, not the people that are enforcing the laws. Dems back then are not the Dems today. Large percentage of Southern Democrats went GOP when JFK and LBJ made racial... Yes. Woodrow Wilson and Theodore Roosevelt were extremely, extremely racist. The pay for play, that happens with politicians. Yeah, politicians are victims of the system just as much as anybody else, in my opinion. They're just responding to incentives like all humans should. They were progressive. They were the founders of the Progressive Party. They were extremely racist. And they were extremely manipulative. I read a whole book about them. I don't have it, but I read too many of his books all at once and I started speeding through them. But regardless, here we are today with the people that we have in power today. You served on a local school board for the last 12 years. The government has helped my friend live with disability and extra help on prescription drugs. Okay, MTV Brittany, do you think that that person would have been able to get the help they needed without the government? Cassie, I almost blocked you. I thought you were a troll. I am stupid, sorry. Great argument, Cassie. I'm glad you could contribute so much value and insightful knowledge to your argument and make your argument seem so much more legitimate than mine. Okay, Brittany, so who helped them? Who helped them? Doctors? Do you think people could be doctors without the government? Do you think pharmaceutical companies could make medicine without the government? You hate to say that, Cassie? Okay, Cassie hates to say that I'm stupid even though she just said it. She couldn't hit backspace. She couldn't not type it into the chat. So, regardless of if I'm stupid, please present your argument and your point. Because that's ad hominem, and I block people for ad hominem. Ad hominem is when you attack a person with no relevance to the policy that they are representing and the argument that they have. It's just negative and it gets us nowhere. It helps no one. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help me. It just makes us like each other less. Exclusivity is the same as discrimination. Okay, Mario, I like where that's heading because that brings us down the line of like, okay, what if I do an exclusive thing only for people in this certain zip code? Is that discrimination? Is that immoral? Helping with the extra help for the drugs for her illness. What does that mean? I asked, could doctors be doctors and could pharmaceutical companies make pharmaceutical medicine without the government? But calling the KKK of yesterday who were Dems, comparing that party today is laughable. Okay, I can secede that point. So, well, okay. If I could not eat tomorrow, my family would help, or church, or clubs, or neighbors. Yes, and now churches are incentivized by the government to be churches because they don't have to pay taxes, which is, in my opinion, a form of theft. Because who gets paid first from the money that they take from taxes? The people that work at the government, not the people on welfare. Calling the right Nazis is totally fine though. That's okay, Cujo. That's true. The parties have changed a lot. It's something that most people don't know, but it is true. It is true that every single member of the Ku Klux Klan was a Democrat except potentially one with one slave. Or was it all slave owners as well? Or was it like the mass majority of them? The vast majority? You are not stupid, but saying that was a stupid thing? Well, let's look it up then. So what are we arguing right now? Progressives versus Democrats? Oh my god, I hate all these stupid semantics. Notice that none of this would be, we wouldn't even need to talk about this if there was no government, but it's fine. So there are 5 wings of being a Democrat. There's 5 different wings you could be in. There's a centrist wing, a conservative wing. Centrist. Wait, what is this? Yeah, this is just the Democratic Party alone. Centrist, never heard of that. Conservative, a conservative Democrat, okay. Sounds interesting. Liberal, which is pretty much what we associate with Democrats nowadays, so this is good for me to learn as well. Libertarian, Libertarian Democrats, I didn't even know that was a thing, and then progressives. You don't think there should be a government? I don't, Brittany. Nope, I'm an anarchist. Because a government is just people. People that work for the government. We don't need to pay by force through taxation people to be our middleman. Like, if we want roads paved, we should be able to pay the man who paves the roads. We shouldn't have to pay, I'm going to use Trump as an example of a middleman. I shouldn't have to pay Trump to pay the man to do the road. Why? In basic economics, a middleman is always going to lose you money. And there's no way to afford that. It's not sustainable. We can't pay. Let's not even get into the military costs. My roads. I've heard of libertarian. I've never heard of a libertarian Democrat. Trump is a idiot. Well stated, well stated. All right. Let's see. What does this mean? Okay, centrist also means a new Democrat. What are their policies here? Oh, it doesn't even say. It's hard because I want to like talk to you guys and read your comments, but I'm trying to read this too. CNN said so. Trump is president. He is president. Now Cassie says there's no such thing as a libertarian Dem. Well, why don't we just scroll right on down to it? Libertarian wing of the Democrats. Main article, Libertarian Democrat. Clicking it. Okay. Freedom Democrat. In American politics, a Libertarian Democrat is a member of the Democratic Party with political views that are relatively libertarian compared to the views of the National Party. While other factions of the Democratic Party are organized in the Congress, like with the Congressional Progressive Caucus, Blue Dog Coalition, and the New Democrat Coalition, the Libertarian faction is not organized in such a way. Nevertheless, groups made up of the party membership, such as the Democratic Freedom Caucus, do exist. It was established in 1996 by Hanno Beck, Mike O'Mara, and Andrew Spark. She said name one, I just literally named three before I even saw that question. This is what I just said, established in 1996. That's from, I mean, this is all from a compilation of different things. This is on Wikipedia, but all the references are there. And if you find something untrue, let me know, but pretty sure that this exists. We need anarchists to run the country. No. That's the opposite of anarchy. The caucus maintains a platform. Okay, we don't care about the caucus. All right, ideology. Libertarian Democrats support the majority, it's news to me too, Cassie, support the majority of positions of the Democratic Party. However, Mario, that's like the 10th comment of yours that I've read. Are you really kidding me with that comment right now? I don't know what kind of mental illness you have, but stop. Just stop. Seriously. Like, that. Okay. I'm triggered. However, they do not necessarily share identical viewpoints across the political spectrum. That is, they are more likely to support individual and personal freedoms, although rhetorically within the context of democratic values. Well, makes no sense. Libertarian Democrats oppose NSA warrantless surveillance. Okay, that's good. In 2013, well over half the House of Democrats voted to defund the NSA's telephone phone surveillance program. U.S. Representative Jared Polis, a libertarian-oriented Democrat, what does that mean, wrote in Reason magazine, I believe that libertarians should vote for Democratic candidates, particularly as our Democratic nominees are increasingly more supportive of individual liberty and freedom than Republicans. This is like getting my conspiracy theories going. Oh my God. You blame Jackie? Stop, please, look it up on something else. Please, you can change Wikipedia. Okay, all right. Breathe. Let's find things somewhere else. I mean, really, everything on the internet can be changed by anyone, so... Libertarian Democrat. See, now I'm on my own interest. Okay, we don't want to look on there. What would you prefer? Huffington Post? NewRepublic.com? News article? Quora.com? alibertarianfuture.com. We need to have common ground. Reason.com. Whatever happened to the Libertarian Democrat, it says. Ron Paul is a libertarian, not a Democrat. Yes. Wikipedia is usually quick to flag bullshit. Yeah. I hate Wikipedia. You can literally change it now. Good to know. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of other things here, but none of them, to me, are more reputable than Wikipedia. You comment at the worst time, Disturbed? Sorry. Notreason.com. Okay. Thanks for telling me what not to click. Labels politicians give themselves to seem different without risking their career by leaving one of the two parties. Exactly. Like, oh, I'm just going to call myself a libertarian Democrat and tell everyone they should vote for Democrats. Like, what does that even mean? Cassie. Oh, God. Well, this is fun. Thanks, guys, for being here and watching this. And I hope you have a great night. And what is my take on the Green Party? That I actually registered as the Green Party when I was in high school, I believe. I mean, well, Cassie said she's bored and she wants me to stop. I mean, I'm just trying to make everybody happy. But at the same time, I'm over on content, and it doesn't really seem like this is really providing any value to anyone. So I'm glad that I learned something about Libertarian Democrats, but I finished my beer, and you're welcome for the bonus scope. So thanks for being here. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so at femyoga.com, or you can do it with Super Hearts, and you can see the Super Heart breakdown at FemYoga. It's 10,000 Super Hearts or more in one broadcast. We'll add to your sponsorship total. Thank you to everyone who sent Super Hearts on this broadcast. Contradictions, Lise, TMF, Bindi, Jimmy, Asif, Kreger, Victor, and Mike. Appreciate you guys. That's not a thing. Don't laugh at me. It's difficult for me to type, and I'm thinking, laugh at you? You said you're bored. Let's stop. I'm just laughing because that's funny. Seriously? Seriously what, Lise? Our minds are made up. They're forever salty over Hillary or Hillary. Well, we're all salty, aren't we? I mean, I'm just as salty about their people as they're salty about mine. I don't even have people. I'm like Stefan Molyneux. He's not even very likable. Oh, thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. You killed it. You totally crushed it. You know what, Bo? I wouldn't say make America great again. I would say make America small again. That we can't have a government that rules over 400 million people. Cassie thinks we're done as a country. Defeatist mentality. Not a recipe for success. Stefan rocks. Thank you, Cujo. Thanks for inviting your followers, Mike. Except I think we're at the end. Now I just want to play Stefan Molyneux. Okay, no, we're not going to do that. We should just, I'm going to do some other work. And thank you. I hope you stay positive as well. Cassie. Local government is one you can affect more easily. Yes, exactly. Yes, I will get off politics because I'm going to get off completely. This is interesting. Thanks, Brett. So we went for 2 hours. So thanks for being here. Thanks, Brady. Thank you, Help. That was nice. Francois, please stop telling me what to do. It makes me not want to do it. I'm a natural rebel, so I don't really love for people to come in and tell me how to run my channel. I've already mentioned the $500 giveaway twice in this broadcast, and it's in my bio. So please trust me to do things properly and correctly. And yes. Oh, I would be happy to discuss this at Thanksgiving. I have no shame. Like, I'm not afraid to talk about this stuff, but I can see that people are becoming uneasy and uninterested, and I can't help. I mean, most of the people here probably agree with me, and the people who don't are bored, so I might as well just go do something productive. Thank you so much. Remember, you are worthy of being loved and feeling comfortable in your own skin. This has been another Moment in Time with Taylor. Thanks for watching and sticking in with me and supporting the channel. I hope to see you back tomorrow for 3 more hours of content. You can check out my website if you have any questions about what I do here. Thanks.